Welcome to Serenity Health Training Institute, a healthcare institute that takes pride in students successfully passing certifying exams by taking advantage of our review classes. Thank you for joining us today. If you are joining us for the first time, kindly like our videos, comment, share and subscribe to our channel. And for our returning viewers, we want to say thank you so much. Today, we will look at a very important topic, depression, most common types, its symptoms and causes. What is depression? Depression, which is a major depressive disorder, is a common and serious medical illness that negatively affects how you feel, the way you think and how you act. It can lead to a variety of emotional and physical problems and can decrease your ability to function at work and at home. It is a group of conditions associated with the elevation or lowering of a person's mood. Depression is a constant feeling of sadness and loss of interest, which stops you doing your normal activities. Different types of depression exist, with symptoms ranging from relatively minor to severe. Generally, depression does not result from a single event, but from a mix of events and factors. Most common types of depression. 1. Clinical depression. This is a mental health disorder characterized by persistently depressed mood or loss of interest in activities, causing significant impairment in daily life. Possible causes include a combination of biological, psychological and social sources of distress. Increasingly, research suggests that these factors may cause changes in brain function, including altered activity of certain neural circuits in the brain. 2. Persistent depressive disorder, also called dysthymia. This is a mild but long-term form of depression. Dysthymia is defined as a low mood occurring for at least 2 years, along with at least 2 other symptoms of depression. Examples of symptoms include lost interest in normal activities, hopelessness, low self-esteem, low appetite, low energy, sleep changes and poor concentration. 3. Bipolar disorder. A disorder associated with episodes of mood swings ranging from depressive lows to manic highs. The exact cause of bipolar disorder isn't known, but a combination of genetics, environment and altered brain structure and chemistry may play a role. Manic episodes may include symptoms such as high energy, reduced need for sleep and loss of touch with reality. Depressive episodes may include symptoms such as low energy, low motivation and loss of interest in daily activities. Mood episodes last days to months at a time and may also be associated with suicidal thoughts. 4. Bipolar II disorder. This is a less severe type of bipolar disorder characterized by depressive and hypomanic episodes. It involves at least one depressive episode lasting at least 2 weeks and at least one hypomanic episode lasting at least 4 days. Depressive symptoms include sadness or hopelessness. Hypomanic symptoms include a persistently elevated or irritable mood. 5. Postnatal depression. Depression that occurs after childbirth. Those who develop postpartum depression are at greater risk of developing major depression later on in life. Symptoms might include insomnia, loss of appetite, intense irritability and difficulty bonding with the baby. Untreated, the condition may last months or longer. 8 major depression symptoms. 1. Persistent low mood and irritability. The main symptom of major depressive disorder is a mood that can be characterized as sad, blue, or even hopeless and worthless. However, people can become extremely sad and experience despair, and technically not be depressed in a medical sense. For example, someone who has recently lost a loved one can be distraught and might describe their feelings as being depressed, but they aren't struggling with depression as a health condition. In this case, this person is dealing with bereavement or grief, but not depression. However, it is undoubtedly possible for life events like these to evolve into true depression. 2. Loss of enjoyment of hobbies and activities. When people are depressed, they often have a lack of desire to do things that they used to like to do. Activities might not sound fun or appealing, or there may be little to no motivation to do anything at all. The medical term for lack of pleasure is known as anhedonia, and it's very common in depression and other mental health conditions. There are also 2 types of it, social anhedonia and physical anhedonia. People with social anhedonia might not have any interest in interacting with others and can turn down offers to spend time with friends and family members. It can also make forming relationships difficult and can potentially damage them as well. Physical anhedonia can involve the lack of joy from activities, but it can also include no longer liking the taste of your favorite foods or not wanting to be touched and no desire for sexual contact. 3. Appetite and weight changes. As mentioned in the previous section, depression can take the enjoyment out of things, and this can include food. It is very common for individuals to have weak appetites, and consequently, stop eating and lose weight. Conversely, people might resort to food to make themselves feel better, even if it's just temporary relief. Point 4. Sleep difficulties and low energy. Another symptom of major depressive disorder that is frequently reported by patients is that they have problems with sleeping, and research shows that sleep is heavily connected with a person's mood. Those who don't get enough sleep are more likely to struggle with mental health problems like depression and anxiety. 5. Self-destructive behavior and suicidal ideation. While all of the other symptoms of depression covered so far can certainly make depression one of the most severely impairing mental health conditions, the topic of self-harm and suicide makes depression also one of the most deadly ones, if it isn't treated. This also goes for other mental health concerns, like bipolar disorder, where a depressive episode can be present and part of the diagnostic criteria. If symptoms are severe enough, and the feelings of hopelessness are unbearable, individuals with depression might find destructive outlets to cope, such as self-harm, which can also include substance abuse. The latter is often used as a way to self-medicate. 6. Increase in purposeless physical activity, for example, inability to sit still, pacing, hand-wringing, or slowed movements or speech. These actions must be severe enough to be observable by others. 7. Feeling worthless or guilty. 8. Difficulty thinking, concentrating or making decisions. Kindly note that symptoms must last at least 2 weeks and must represent a change in your previous level of functioning for a diagnosis of depression. Also, medical conditions, for example thyroid problems, a brain tumor or vitamin deficiency, can mimic symptoms of depression, so it is important to rule out general medical causes. What really causes depression? Research suggests that depression doesn't spring from simply having too much or too little of certain brain chemicals. Rather, there are many possible causes of depression, including faulty mood regulation by the brain, genetic vulnerability, stressful life events, medications, and medical problems. Let's discuss the causes in detail. 1. Faulty mood regulation by the brain. Differences in certain chemicals in the brain may contribute to symptoms of depression. This means that the biochemistry of an individual may contribute to symptoms of depression. 2. Genetic vulnerability. Depression can run in families. For example, if one identical twin has depression, the other has a 70% chance of having the illness sometime in life. 3. Stressful life events. People with low self-esteem, who are easily overwhelmed by stress, or who are generally pessimistic appear to be more likely to experience depression. This means that the personality of an individual may play a role in causing depression. 4. Environmental factors. Continuous exposure to violence, neglect, abuse or poverty may make some people more vulnerable to depression. 5. Medications and medical problems. In conclusion, coping with major depression symptoms can be hard to deal with, and although they can last a very long time, they don't need to be permanent. Hopefully, by listening to this video and understanding the symptoms of depression, and through reaching out and getting assistance, you can overcome them and be a happier and healthier version of yourself. It will take time and effort on your part, but you're not alone, and depression can be beaten, and good mental health can be achieved. In our next episode, we will look at how to find help for major depressive disorder and get treatment. If you find the content of this video helpful, kindly like, comment, share and subscribe.